Hey, it's Jeff Suey again. Welcome to part 2 in our series called Learning Coaching Technology. Today I'm going to cover with you the different types of coaching and actually how they make money. So let's get started. First, coaching equals results. When you're in a coaching process, a coaching conversation with someone, the whole purpose is to get somebody a result. It's not just to think about stuff or have a nice conversation. They're really not paying you just to talk to you. They're paying you to produce specific, measurable results for them. So the real question is, how? How do you produce those results? What's the process? What are you going to talk about? What kind of conversations are you going to have? One type of coach is the consultant, and the consultant provides advice and information. Not just data, not just basic information, but usable information. That's why I would also say advice, because a consultant's purpose is to give information to your client that they don't already know in a way that they can then put it into use. Give them advice. We give them information that they just didn't have. It's pretty valuable stuff, especially if their ignorance is going to cost them money, or it's going to cost them their relationship, or it's going to gain them more money, or gain them the relationship that they want, or gain them the quality of life that they're looking for, the time that they're looking for. And their ignorance of some information is going to either keep them from that result, take that result away, or allow them to get that result. Well, you want to make sure you provide that information. It's a lot of value that you can give, and that's the consultant. Next type is the guru. Now, what a guru gives is confidence. Now, a guru can provide other aspects of what we're going to share. In fact, you're not necessarily one of these types. You could be 2 or 3 of them. Now, a guru is someone who's in the public eye. It's someone who people look up to because they know their story. They know what they've already accomplished. And they've become a leader in an industry or a guru in some way because a mass amount of people have decided that they know what they're talking about, or that they are very successful in an area. And so part of what makes a guru is their public image, their branding, the way they operate, the way they act. But a much larger part of it is the way other people look at them. We're really talking about social proof here. It's that other people will decide something just because everybody else is doing it. That's social proof. So a guru has a tremendous amount of social proof behind them, even if maybe they don't have the best answers as well. So what a guru provides is what we call confidence. So when a guru says, you need to do this, you need to go ahead and make 5 calls today, you need to write this down in your notes, and you need to send out this marketing piece, his followers or her followers are going to say, okay, that's what we're going to do. Why? Not because it's necessarily the right thing to do, but just because the guru said. And that provides confidence for someone when they're following that particular guru. Next type is the friend. Friend listens. And there are ways to listen that are very effective, where you might bounce back what they said, you show empathy in some way, you give them that shoulder to cry on, or that chum to celebrate with as well. That's the friend. And that's so valuable. I mean, there's so many people in the world today, very successful people as well. They're just looking for somebody to listen. They're just looking for somebody who will actually let them just share what there is to share. They're looking for the sounding board, if you will. And I'll tell you, when I'm alone in my office and I've got my plan in front of me and I'm trying to figure it all out, that's very hard for me to do. But when I'm just talking to someone, even if they don't say a word, if they provide no value other than the fact that I get to tell them what I'm up to and tell them what I'm going to decide, suddenly I get real smart. Just somebody listening provides that space for me to figure things out. So call it a sounding board, call it someone who's listening, call it a friend, but the friend can be very valuable, and you can provide that as a coach and get paid for it too. Fourth type is the strategist. And the strategist is a little bit different than a consultant in that they're really there to plan with you. They may not have the right plan. They may not have the right information. But if you bring the information to them, They will help you plan it all out and strategize. So they'll take whatever information you've got and process it into a strategic plan, into the best way of using those resources. Sometimes a strategist is a jack of all trades. They may not have a particular area of expertise, but their area of expertise is that they can help with the plan. They can help with the strategy from the perspective of taking all the best information and then getting the best recipe, getting the best mix of that information as well. So they help with planning, and also many strategists will help with time management. They're helping with, okay, now that you know what you need to do, how are you going to schedule your week such that you get the best results? How are you going to work out your time? How are you going to work out when you wake up, when you make your calls, when you are going to plan even more? When you're going to sit there in the office and do your administration. So planning things out within a time frame and managing that time effectively many times is what a strategist can provide. It's very valuable stuff. The fourth type is the leader. And now, it sounds kind of generic, but I'm being very specific about what I mean when I say leader. A leader in this coaching context provides accountability. They may not have the information. They might not be your buddy. In fact, a lot of times they're not the friend. And they may not strategize with you necessarily, but they're there to lead. They're there to make sure that you do what you're supposed to be doing. They're going to lead you through whatever process you got to go through to the promised land, so to speak. And again, as it says here, accountability is what the leader provides. They'll hold you accountable. They'll make sure you're doing what you need to do. They might give you the tough love sometimes. You don't want to hear, but the leader needs to provide. So those are some of the different types. Ultimately, what all of these types of coaching, what all of these different ways to produce value and make money as a coach ultimately creates for someone is, as I said before, results, but ultimately change. You're producing some type of change. Your client is at point A and they want to get to point B. And whatever it takes to do that, you want to provide. But these are some specific ways to dial that in and processes that you can utilize. So even though we're talking about creating a change here, it's more than that, because change is automatic. It happens every day. You want to create a change in your life? Go take a nap, right? You wake up in 2 hours, something will have changed. Check the news, right? But change for the better, in other words, progress, that's not automatic. All progress takes committed, focused action in the right strategy, in the right time frame, consistently at a high level of energy. And so we're really looking for progress, and progress is not automatic. So you can produce that result, that progress, that positive change for your client by engaging in one type of process within these frameworks that I described. It's probably more than you can think of, but most coaching frameworks will fall within one of these 5 areas. Now, here's a little exercise for you, something to think about. Which method or methods are yours? Are you the consultant? Do you provide information? Are you the guru? Do you provide a lot of confidence for your clients? Are you the friend? Do you just listen? Are you the strategist? Do you help plan and work with time management? Or are you the leader? Do you provide that edgy accountability that they don't want to get but they need? Or are you doing a combination of many of these? So if you think you're all 5, then I've got a straitjacket for you out in the car. You need to put on. But seriously, you're probably going to be only 1 to 3 of these maximum. And if you're trying to be all coaches to all people, you're going to find that you end up not being effective at any of them because it's very hard to keep all these roles in line. So bottom line is, make sure you force yourself to focus on just a couple and share that with the world from a marketing, sales, and delivery of service perspective, and you will create tremendous value for your clients because they'll know what they can expect from you, and they know that they'll get that at a very high level as well.